everywhere, and then suddenly all the TVs are watching and listening to you, and suddenly your kid's got a smartphone lowering their IQ, and they don't care about you anymore. They want to hit you. 50 years after fluoridation. Wow, fluoride causes lower IQs. Wow, it causes all sorts of lower fertility and cancer. Wow, when it's already too late. You're already down with the sickness. So when you look at Facebook, Twitter, Google, they're all using the Chinese model, and it's all, I have Bill Gates today and the head of Unilever saying, shut down conservative media. And then that's supposed to control you, what you say and what you do, or you'll be banned off those platforms. But then pretty soon you're banned no matter what you do, because it's all about total control to where you can't even say best friend. The idea of banning the phrase best friend is a very intriguing social experiment. It's like a fun thing. Oh, we're banning best friends. We're not in a cult or anything. Oh, let me show you this. I mentioned it. Here it is. Obama's artist portrays white girl beheaded by empowered black woman. Infowars.com. This is the portrait artist for Obama, who he's supposedly real good friends with. This just marks the latest in every form of leftist art being supercharged with racial hatred. Talk about butchering a white woman. I'll just butcher the name. Kyan Wiley. It's like Kyan Wiley, the artist behind the new portrait of President Obama, portrayed the beheading of a white girl by a black woman, 2012. She does a bunch of these, or he does a bunch of these. The art piece, Judith beheading Holofernes, places a woman of color, specifically a black woman, in a position of power and majesty. This is so important because of the racism and sexism that women of color have historically and continue to face today. That's why everybody's trying to get out of Africa and get over here as soon as possible. I know everything's so horrible. And here's another one. Here she is beheading the redhead. And just look at the arrogant face they painted on this woman, of just like full of herself, hateful, like Oprah Winfrey, bitching that she has billions of dollars, and then chopping the evil white woman's head off. And then white women just grovel and beg, oh, you're right, we're bad. But again, remember what would happen. Just think about it. If Trump or anybody else had someone that did their paintings and had big public events, Obama unveils it, worships this guy, who, again, most of his paintings have little sperm painted everywhere, and all sorts of other weird stuff. And then here he is with this lunatic unveiling this painting yesterday. McBrain put a little funny piece together where what the painting should look like. And it's just crazy. This is the total race war narrative that's being pushed to put huge chips on everybody's shoulder. We've got incredible footage coming up on the other side. As the Infowars family of listeners and viewers know, we are always researching and bringing you the very cutting edge of high-quality products. And that's especially true when it comes to nutraceuticals and supplements. We know that our modern environment is bombarding our guts with all sorts of toxins and heavy metals and pesticides, herbicides that basically kill the good flora. We have been working for several years with top researchers in the United States to bring you 3 new top-of-the-line, affordable probiotics that are true game changers. Now, the first is a digestive enzyme that I'm extremely excited about. All of us know that if you eat a lot of meat and a lot of protein, and you don't chew it properly, sometimes there's buildup. You can even rot inside your guts, causing diverticulitis, you name it. You don't get the good micronutrients that are there as well. Well, Carnivore from Infowars Life, ladies and gentlemen, is the next level of digestive enzyme. And when you take it combined with the new Flora Life that I'm going to break down here in a moment, and also the everyday Flora Life maintenance, they synergistically work together. The globalists are bombarding our gut. They know it's the key to taking control of civilization and society. It is the true Trojan horse. And whether it's our new digestive enzyme, Carnivore, or whether it's the new Flora Life Advanced Restoration or the Flora Life Everyday Maintenance, it is critical for you and your family to have healthy guts, and it is undoubted that there are serious benefits from proven high-quality probiotics. There are some similar formulas out there that are at least 3 times the cost of this, and people think because they're paying more, it must be the best. That's not my philosophy, ladies and gentlemen. I'm bringing you something that is the very best from our deep research, working with top developers, scientists, and experts in the field at the lowest price. But whether you take one, two, or all three, I have never experienced the type of energy and the type of digestive ease and the changes that I went through in the last few months going on this formula before we brought it to you. We believe from working with top experts in the United States that we have developed the very best probiotic and digestive enzyme for breaking down protein and meat that there is. This is the total win-win. It uses the modern techniques as well, so it doesn't have all the additives and garbage. Simply put, our new FloraLife line is the very best out there. That is my goal here, is to bring you the very best at the lowest price. Many probiotics out there don't even have caplets that bypass the stomach, so it never even gets into the upper and lower intestines. Both of these systems have targeted delivery, so it goes right through into the upper and lower intestine. We've tried several other formulas that were excellent, but this is, after 2 years of research, what we are bringing to the market. And your purchase doesn't just give you better digestive health and all the different micronutrients and things you need. It also funds an organization dedicated to promoting liberty worldwide. Whether it's FloraLife, Advanced Restoration, Carnivore, Digestive Enzyme, or the everyday maintenance that's great for the go, it's all available at InfoWarsStore.com today. When you purchase it, you know you are also financing the attack on the globalist and the defense of our republic and freedom worldwide.
You're listening to The Alex Jones Show.
Head out on the highway. Looking for adventure. And whatever comes our way, ain't nothing gonna make it happen. Take the world and I love it. Gotta love some Steppenwolf bringing us in live. I am your host, Alex Jones. All right, getting back into the open attempts to destabilize our civilization, in the words of the World Government Forum, World Government Summit that CNBC is reporting on, there is a destabilization happening of our planet in a massive, massive, massive way, so the establishment can control things and build the world they want and greedily have all the advanced technology, have the life extension, have it all for themselves, and not have any pesky republics or pesky constitutional democracies get in the way of that. And so the average man's an expert on football, an expert on acting cool and acting powerful. The average woman is an expert at playing the victim or fighting with her female comrades, and it's just a wrecked society. So we have Obama's portrait artist talking about the royalty of a black woman, showing supremacy by killing white people and severing their heads, which I'll assure you is going on in Africa, black on black. So it is bizarre that the West has this idea of itself as bad. We then take the position that we're inherently evil, but everyone else who's not white is inherently good. And then we wonder, we have some video of this, of why people like President Obama would pick a portrait artist and have a big press conference when it's known, going back to 2012, that he painted a series of paintings showing white women having their heads cut off as an act of racial superiority and supremacy. Imagine, we should Photoshop this with the head of Obama, or excuse me, the head of Trump, and then it's the head of Obama in the hand. I want to do that right now. Not that I want Trump to cut Obama's head off. I want to put it side by side and say, with a shot of Obama with the portrait unveiling yesterday, a screenshot, saying, Obama's portrait artist paints black women murdering white women. And then next to it have that. And then say, imagine if Trump did something like that and have Trump's head on the woman with Obama's head in his hand. Now, I don't want any violence against President Obama. Turn him into a martyr. God, no. I'm saying I want to illustrate, and they'll probably attack us. And knowing Media Matters and that Nazi collaborator George Soros, they'll clip just the image. I'm predicting this. They will clip just the image of Trump's head on the black woman cutting the white woman's head off, but we'll reverse the heads. We'll show we'll show Michelle Obama's head getting cut off. And we'll show Trump doing it, or Melania doing it. That's even better. We'll have Melania cutting Michelle's head off. And again, I don't want that to happen. I'm totally against this, but this is who the president, the former president, elected by white people in record numbers, the same white demographic that elected Trump, that just want change and freedom and getting along. They sit there. Think about this. Let's put that back on screen, please. Imagine this particular photo right here, with the black lady cutting the redhead's head off. Imagine if you stuck Melania Trump's head on that black woman and then stuck Michelle Obama's head in the hand. It'd be civil war. It'd be the end of the world. So to cause debate, I want to get the entire graphics department on this right now. And again, people get what I want. We're going to show the screenshot of what I'm about to put on screen for TV viewers. Obama yesterday at the unveiling of this. And then you'll say, here is the artist that Obama had do his portrait, who paints paintings like this, showing black women cutting white women's heads off as part of black empowerment. That's what he says, part of the royalty. And then say, imagine if the roles were reversed like this, and show the image of Melania Trump cutting the head off of Michelle Obama. Imagine that. Again, that is, and I don't want that, but I have to do that at Infowars to illustrate. But see, they'll say, oh, we're censoring that hate image. We're censoring that. We're going to say we're going to kill you. We're going to push all this. We're going to engage in all this behavior. But you can't even point out what we're doing is hypocritical, because that's how they operate with the censorship. It is incredible. Now, speaking of that, this is a Vice program that aired last Wednesday. I happened to see it and sent it over. I'm glad it was a big national news story about this weekend, but it's funny how we would have had the story first. It's not a big deal. It's just now it's a big national news story, and I'm glad. But I guess I dropped the ball. But now today we're going to get to it. This is just 3 minutes out of Vice we're going to analyze and give critique to. No whites allowed. Now, a lot of universities already have segregation again. And then days a week where whites aren't allowed, or whites aren't allowed in this area or that area, and it's usually run by white women. But this is the hypocrisy, the racism, the bizarreness, the mental illness, in my view. These women in Costa Rica bitching about the country that helps them have this much money to go do retreats. And they're there saying that whites don't deserve to have passports, whites are inherently evil. Here are some excerpts of that. Right now.
Alexis Bromley is from Nebraska. She needed a break from white people.
In Omaha, it's very segregated. It's hard in Nebraska because it's a red state. And so you just don't know who you interact with on a daily basis, if they believe that you're lesser, if you're inferior, and how that in turn can affect me.
So she decided to go on a Women of Color healing retreat in Costa Rica.
My blackness is bold.
My blackness is uninhibited.
My blackness is strength.
This retreat is one of more than a dozen Black-owned travel groups, marketing trips specifically to people who look like Alexis.
Not every woman can afford to come out to Costa Rica. What can we do for the racism they experience, for women who can't afford to be part of your retreat?
I think that it's important for people in the United States, Black and POC people, to start forming their own spaces there.
Would having white people on this trip ruin it?
I don't think we would be as open and as honest as we are with the group that we're in now.
For Black, we knew that racism has been around, but it's a bit more in our face now. It's made me have to pivot my interactions with people. And
by the way, let's hit pause for a moment, please. They're pushing this like it's normal and like it's a good thing. And you've got women going, I don't want to be around whites. They may think I'm inferior. The colleges and the media have created a total mental illness where no amount of white groveling and laying on their bellies will ever make these spoiled women who are out there lavishing themselves, when half the people on the planet can't even have a vacation once in their life. totally bitching about how whites are inherently evil when it's white people that began to end slavery worldwide, and less than 2% of white people in the United States at the end of slavery in 1868 ever had slaves. 2% of whites had slaves from 1868 backward. Most of the white people in America came after that, more than double, quite frankly. And you always read about Eastern Europeans getting beaten up or killed in different cities because they're white, because they own slaves. Eastern Europeans had no connection to anything. It's just total mental patient land. Let's continue with this quacky behavior.
I can't trust you on friendship level, family level, any level if you actually are supporting someone that,
See, that's true racism right there.
Do you feel like you've increasingly lost the ability to see any shot at a relationship with white people?
Every time I have a conversation with them, I just pick up on certain things that they say, whatever. I pick up on the microaggressions, passive aggressiveness. I pick up on it. So I decided one day to just eliminate white people from my personal life. And ever since then, my life has been way...
All right, pause again. She decided to eliminate white people, and that's her right to do it. But I mean, here's the deal: you're trying to give everybody a serious chip on their shoulder that's going to ruin their lives. And folks, this is the globalist answer to bring everybody down. No one will be able to stand up against AI. Nobody will be able to stand up against any of this because humanity will be so turned against itself. This is psychological warfare. Let's continue.
I feel like white people shouldn't even have passports because they've done enough, especially white Americans. Leave them in the United States. They do not need to come here. They should be even able to travel here. They need to stay in the United States.
But to a white person who's doing their best to be the best white person they can be.
I have no tips for a white person. My tip to white people is to let us have our space, let us have our room, and go hang out with other white people. We're okay. You've done enough damage.
20 minutes down the road, Andrea and a business partner have quietly invested nearly $100,000 to build up their own private retreat space.
This is where we'll have the workshops.
I love how most of these women look like they're about 80% white.
On to start building your own black nation out in the middle of Costa Rica.
Then they learn they leased it from a white person.
Starting with yoga. Yeah. Next is going to be like a mini government.
I don't want to have a mini government, but at the same time...
A racially based government. We'll be back where we're building a pro-human future of red blood. We're building a pro-human future against the AI, the real threat. That's why your financial support at InfoWarsStore.com is critical. Second hour straight ahead. Melatonin's on average $19, $19.95 a bottle. And a lot of it's not even organic type. I've talked to the big organic producer companies that we have make it, and I said, how much money is really in that? And they said on average about maybe $1 of melatonin, and then the container costs 50 cents or so, or less. And I said, so I can put the same amount of melatonin in, just making a bigger capsule that's powdered so you actually absorb it, and then add L-tryptophan, valerian root, lemon balm, chamomile, and then you get a sleep. Unlike other systems, Randall Wilhite, his name is on the Texas Family Code, the last 4 or 5 issues. He writes the Texas Law of the Family Code. He's one of the top family law lawyers in the country. The point is, he's a smart guy. Doesn't smoke marijuana, doesn't drink anything. He goes, man, I got to really thank you. I am sleeping 8 hours through the night. I only have to take one knockout. I've gone and showed, UT Science, this and everything else. This is insane. I said, yeah, you look 10 years younger. He said, oh, yeah, it's just, I'm off all the sleep drugs. He said, this is totally free. But he goes, do you know what it is in there? And I said, it's the synergy of it, of the chamomile, the lemon balm, the L-tryptophan, the valerian root, the melatonin, and several other ingredients, all just moderate dose. They're all the recommended dose, and they just fuse together. And whatever they do chemically in the brain that Mother Nature, God gave us from Mother Nature, is incredible. So that's available at InfoWarsStore.com or 888-253-3139. But thank you for committing to get the great products, the books, the films, the t-shirts, you name it. Because it takes selling a lot of stuff to be able to fund this. We're not like raiding countries like George Soros and stealing billions and then, funding race war. It's just selling t-shirts, selling books, selling films, and, just hustling to be able to get high-quality products out. So you have a great response and reorder. It's called Reap What You Sow.
Leading a frontal assault on the lies of the New World Order, it's Alex Jones. broadcasting worldwide. It's Alex Jones.
All right, coming up, I intend to open the phones in this next hour. The toll-free number to join us is 877-789-ALEX, 877-789-ALEX. You can cover any topic you want, bring up any issue you want, but I'd like to discuss the World Government Summit CNBC reported from, saying that AI is taking over. We will merge with it. We have no choice. The communist Pope says that Chinese communism is the ultimate form of humanity and decency. I'm not joking. This is really something else. And we're going to get into what's happening with the Yellowstone eruption. We're going to get into so much more that we've already started to cover this hour. We've also got this very important article by Kit Daniels. Trump channels Rand Paul during military meetings. I have a bunch of clips we haven't gotten to yet with Mark Warner flipping out with more Russia hysteria. So that is all coming up in this next hour. The toll-free number to join us, 877-789-ALEX. What do we do about them just branding the end of humanity? Because what they're doing is banning dodgeball, banning tag, then banning contact football. They're banning humans being put in difficult positions to domesticate us so that robots and computers have to do it all. And then the globalists can control the computers and the robots, and it's a technocracy. It's game over. We're being forced into a technocracy, and I'm going to talk about that when we start the next segment. But this is the key to understanding. We've exposed the globalists. We've exposed how they're authoritarian. We've exposed their worldwide plan. It's in trouble because it's so authoritarian. It's unelected. Now that we've exposed it, it doesn't have legs. But we've got to expose what globalism wants to do, what its end game is. So that's coming up, and your phone calls at 877-789-2539. But I mentioned this yesterday, but I wanted to talk about it some today. We're announcing a partnership between Patriots, Infowars, and Spikes Tactical. We'll roll some of that footage for folks that are watching here on television. Infowars is proud to team up with Spikes Tactical, a 100% American-made rifle company that offers the highest quality rifle for the best prices possible. And I bought a lot of rifles, and the ones I bought from them, two of them are the very best. They don't have problems. They really shoot smooth. They work great. Spikes Tactical has an actual aerospace engineer doing the R&D behind the incredible technology to bring you the finest AR-15s and more with a no BS lifetime warranty. Nobody has a warranty like this. Not only does Spikes Tactical offer the best rifles, they also have the largest selection of AR configurations on the internet. Whether you're a gun enthusiast, a competition shooter, or a military or law enforcement professional, these rifles will never let you down, guaranteed. Use code ALEX at checkout to let the team of Patriots at Spikes Tactical know you support the Infowar and save 5% off the best rifles and AR configurations around. Gear up and start celebrating your Second Amendment rights with Spikes Tactical. You can order the rifle, the accessories, whatever you want, the lowers, have it shipped to whatever gun shop you want. It is so easy. Again, Spikes Tactical is a 100% American-made rifle company that builds high-quality rifles for the best prices possible. And so there's not a lot of profit in them. That's why 5% off is a big deal when you use promo code ALEX. Their rifles and AR configurations have an actual aerospace engineer and R&D. They also feature, again, the no BS lifetime warranty guaranteed. It's the best rifle you can buy. They're an industry innovation leader, bringing you the largest selection of AR configuration on the internet. Not only do they get the highest quality rifles for the team of true patriots, 5% off the incredible products with promo code ALEX at checkout. Save big at SpikesTactical.com today. That's promo code ALEX at SpikesTactical.com. And it's really, really high quality products there. And again, they've got, for people that have their tax stamps and all that, these rifles with the best suppressors out there, so much more. Find out more at SpikesTactical.com. All right, we're going to come back. We're going to boil down the absolute total master plan of the technocracy and the latest breaking news straight ahead. The question is humanity up to the challenge to defeat this? I know I got 4 children. I plan to have more. I'm doubling down. I'm into full commitment. Full commitment.
Proper B vitamin intake is essential to keep the body functioning at optimum levels. Optimum levels. With our modern diets, it can be hard to get the recommended amount of B vitamins we need every day. Optimum levels. B vitamins we need every day. Secret 12 combines two bioactive forms of vitamin B12 for optimal absorption. Optimal absorption. Secret 12 is an easy way to increase your vitamin B12 intake as you age. Secret 12. Optimal absorption. B vitamins help the body convert food into energy by supporting your intercellular processes. B vitamins are also essential for the optimal functioning of the brain and nervous system. Optimum levels. Secret 12 is an easy way to increase your vitamin B12 intake. Head to InfoWarsLife.com and support optimal brain and body function with Secret 12. That's InfoWarsLife.com.
You are listening to an Infowars.com frontline report. If you are receiving this transmission, you are the resistance. From deep in the heart of FEMA Region 6, Austin, Texas, transmitting worldwide, it's Alex Jones.
All right, we've got clips from the Senate Intelligence Committee today with the total hysteria by Mark Warner about how Trump is a Russian agent because he won't endorse the fake Russiagate narrative and won't say that bots stole the election for him. When you have all the globalists and their bots 100,000 times anything I've ever heard about with the Russians. That's coming up. But to illustrate, if you just joined us, the technocracy means a rule by technological elites using computers and technology to carry out an authoritarian system. That's its definition. Technocracy is an authoritarian system of technocrats ruling over you. And everything they do is to demoralize, to dumb down, to sabotage, to confuse. Because if humanity ever gets together about big goals, like life extension, like ending war, like expanding, so if we ever get together, if we ever come together and understand what the globalists have done and realize they've walled us off to a certain extent and have their breakaway civilization, it's game over. But that's why they're trying to ban humans in the military, why they're trying to sabotage it with all the trans movement and all the rest of it. That's why they're trying to ban football. Because you can't have something where you're put at risk. Because if a plant doesn't have rain on it and wind on it and doesn't have any atmosphere on it, it's like Bubble Boy. First time you run into a microbe, you die. And so they want you totally domesticated, totally alone, not allowed to have any friends. And they admit, even in Bloomberg a few years ago, that, okay, a bunch of countries in Europe now have unelected leaders called technocrats. So they're very brazen about it. But where are the apologies? Where are the, Alex Jones was right when CNBC reports World Government Summit in Dubai, they've decided to phase out humans and merge with machines. That's what world leaders agreed to. That's what the futurists say. It's where we're going. And to not be overtaken by machines, you've got to merge with it right now. Put that smartphone in your head. You know, if you're not falling, maybe in the background without the audio, roll that sickness video we put together. Come down with a sickness, where it shows people walking in the middle of streets, getting hit by cars, falling into fountains, with their smartphones, just staring at them, totally plugged in, and then the numbers show it. Lower IQ, less friends, no real human interaction. Because it's like a video game you're playing where you're constantly trying to get your friends to click on your video and to pay attention to it, but none of it even matters because nobody's even really living. And then Sean Parker says, we designed this to enslave you. And Steve Jobs wouldn't let his children have iPhones. Bill Gates wouldn't let his son touch a computer or any type of iPad or anything till 13. And then it was very limited. But they push it on your kids in preschool. Everything is about self-destructive behavior. Everything is about controlling you. But meanwhile, you've got Barack Obama and the White House portrait master he hired, who's a well-known black supremacist, who says that we need to kill white people, we need to show white people being killed, to show the royalty of blacks and black women and their power over whites. I'm showing images of this. Imagine if anybody else hired somebody to do something like this. Instead, they're looking for phantom racism. Instead, they're looking for phantom garbage like this. And see, McBreen put together a little piece we were watching on TV where we took the Real Portrait event, and or Nathan did, one of the graphics people, and put this together showing a hammer and sickle and a pentagram. And once they've done that, you're saying, oh, well, you altered it. No. Is it satanic to show black women cutting white people's heads off and saying someone is inherently evil just because of the way they look or what group they come from? That's the opposite of what Martin Luther King said. Everybody thought Michelle Obama looked great in her painting. She doesn't look like a man there. She looks like a woman. But let's roll like I planned earlier, since I mentioned that, the They Live piece. We're going to do it last segment, then last segment, then last segment. We're going to do it now, as we plan to do. Because then you've got They Live, where if you sit there and you actually think about what they're doing, you just consciously put the glasses on, you can understand the larger paradigm and the larger program of what they've got planned for you and your family. Now, that said, you've got this racist hired to do the painting, and it's not even a news issue. It's not even a news item. But then Sessions invokes Anglo-American heritage of the America sheriffs, and the media flips out saying it's code word for racism, despite the fact the Supreme Court, everybody else constantly uses that quote, just like saying Judeo-Christian, because the Old Testament's Jewish, the New Testament is the New Testament Christian, Judeo-Christian. It's like saying French and Spanish and Italian are romantic languages, meaning Rome. Romantic languages. But again, people think the word homosexual, heterosexual is hurtful. They think the word Caucasoid. They think the word Negroid is evil. Words that are just scientific terms. Caucasoid means from the Caucasus Mountains. The other scientific terms have nothing racist about them. They're just simply scientific words. But if they can get you to hate any type of science, they've got control of you. And this is their plan. So Sessions invokes this, and I'm not even defending Sessions. He's rolled over to the globalist. This is something routinely done because we have the Magna Carta 1215. We have locals getting control, not just having dukes and earls and lords who had total control of your life, wanted sex with your wife, wanted to kill you. It was up to them. And so in comes the Magna Carta and the Anglo-American heritage. When they say Anglo, they mean the Anglo-Saxon / American heritage of due process, of juries, of constables, of sheriffs, elected by the people instead of a king. It's the world process that led to the Renaissance. Away from that in this compendium. So let's go ahead and play that clip.
So I want to close by reiterating my deep appreciation, profound thanks to the men and women of law enforcement, to me personally, that you've given to me. And I want to thank every sheriff in America. Since our founding, the independently elected sheriff has been the people's protector, who keeps law enforcement close to and accountable to people through the elective process. The office of sheriff is a critical part of the Anglo-American heritage of law enforcement. We must never erode this historic office. I know this, you know this. We want to be partners. We don't want to be bosses. We want to strengthen you and help you be more effective in your work.
So that was a very federalist speech. The federal government is here. The federal system, you think of as being federal. No, it means the federal's federal, local's local. We're here to empower you. Back to the Magna Carta. He should have given a whole lesson. He should give a new speech about, before that, the king could just kill you if he wanted to, or any of his adjuncts. But now we have the people control electing a sheriff, and they're trying to get rid of sheriffs all over. Blue areas are. Democrats don't want that. They don't want elected law enforcement. They want to be in full control themselves. So there's a war on sheriffs. And so he did a little hat tip to that, and something that sheriffs would understand because of the nomenclature and the particular linguistic parlance engaged in the fine art of the law and the historical Anglo-Saxon common law that our entire system of jurisprudence rests upon. But to the ignorant leftist masses, any communication or any flourish of verbal bouquet becomes an anathema to be pulled down and thrown into the deepest sea, and only barbarous savagery and attacks on the very work of knowledge and literature and art and culture itself to be burned down on the altar of political correctness. We'll be right back. Stay with us. As the Infowars family of listeners and viewers know, we are always researching and bringing you the very cutting edge of high-quality products. And that's especially true when it comes to nutraceuticals and supplements. We know that our modern environment is bombarding our guts with all sorts of toxins and heavy metals and pesticides, herbicides that basically kill the good flora. We have been working for several years with top researchers in the United States to bring you 3 new, top-of-the-line, affordable probiotics that are true game changers. Now, the first is a digestive enzyme that I'm extremely excited about. All of us know that if you eat a lot of meat and a lot of protein, you don't chew it properly, sometimes there's buildup. It can even rot inside your guts, causing diverticulitis, you name it. You don't get the good micronutrients that are there as well. Well, Carnivore from Infowars Life, ladies and gentlemen, is the next level of digestive enzyme. And when you take it combined with the new Flora Life that I'm going to break down here in a moment, and also the everyday Flora Life maintenance, they synergistically work together. The globalists are bombarding our gut. They know it's the key to taking control of civilization and society. It is the true Trojan horse. And whether it's our new digestive enzyme, Carnivore, or whether it's the new Flora Life Advanced Restoration, or the Flora Life Everyday Maintenance, it is critical for you and your family to have healthy guts. And it is undoubted that there are serious benefits from proven high-quality probiotics. There are some similar formulas out there that are at least 3 times the cost of this. And people think because they're paying more, it must be the best. That's not my philosophy, ladies and gentlemen. I'm bringing you something that is the very best from our deep research, working with top developers, scientists, and experts in the field at the lowest price. But whether you take 1, 2, or all 3, I have never experienced the type of energy and the type of digestive ease and the changes that I went through in the last few months going on this formula before we brought it to you. We believe from working with top experts in the United States that we have developed the very best probiotic and digestive enzyme for breaking down protein and meat that there is. This is the total win-win. It uses the modern techniques as well, so it doesn't have all the additives and garbage. Simply put, our new Flora Life line is the very best out there. That is my goal here, is to bring you the very best at the lowest price. Many probiotics out there don't even have caplets that bypass the stomach, so it never even gets into the upper and lower intestines. Both of these systems have targeted delivery, so it goes right through into the upper and lower intestine. We've tried several other formulas that were excellent, but this is, after 2 years of research, what we are bringing to the market. And your purchase doesn't just give you better digestive health and all the different micronutrients and things you need. It also funds an organization dedicated to promoting liberty worldwide. Whether it's Flora Life Advanced Restoration, Carnivore, Digestive Enzyme, or the Everyday Maintenance that's great for the go, it's all available at InfoWarsStore.com today. And when you purchase it, you know you are also financing the attack on the globalist and the defense of our republic and freedom worldwide.
You're listening to The Alex Jones Show. antidote for fake news. It's Alex Jones.
Sometimes I feel so we've got a bunch of ruthless people that want to take full control of civilization. And they just think you're idiots. They think I'm an idiot. They think it wastes time trying to educate us or get us on the right path. So they just engage in every evil imaginable and see us as animals. Of course, they're already animals, so they're trying to turn us into what they are. And I've got a whole stack of news on this front coming up in the next segment. European politicians won't admit the West is in a state of war, says security analyst on national Czech television. Well, that's because they understand you're in a state of war. And they've engineered the war to bring down Europe, and they won't tell you that. That's the plan. So even people that are somewhat awake, they think the other side doesn't know. They're fully conscious. That's the issue. And then, as I mentioned, Mark Warner hypes Russian hysteria. And I know I'm sick of the Russian stuff too, but it's a real fight. They're using this to censor the internet, to censor Infowars, to censor you. Now, millions of people have gotten letters from Twitter saying, you're a Russian agent. Better watch it. That's a very aggressive act. And to have all these big corporations saying, we're going to censor everybody. That is a big existential threat to all of our freedom. We need congressional hearings. We need demonstrations out front, Google, and all these places. We need to get aggressive. They're running around trying to stop me being able to publish a book with Neil Strauss. This is what they do. These are horrible people. These are the bad guys. These are the Chinese tanks coming in to crush the pro-free speech rallies in Tiananmen Square in 1989. But now they claim we are the bad guys. Our speech is the tanks. Their tanks is the freedom. That's their upside-down world, so that's coming up. But right now, let's go to your phone calls. We got Kevin and Ferry and Jay and George and Andre and Victor and Josh and Lloyd and CJ and Sam and so many. Let's go to Sam in Oklahoma. He wants to talk about the articles on worldnetdaily.com. It's an Infowars.com link to it. You have to read the quotes. The Pope said, Communist China defines dignity and humanity and Catholicism. So Communist Chinese, mass murder, killing Christians, killing Buddhists. The Communist Pope says this defines it. I mean, is that not the sickest joke you ever heard? Sam?
Yes, Alex. The news in China and the news in Costa Rica about the cult down there really go together. I also noticed that earlier in the week you brought up that the European Union was originally called the Treaty of Rome, starting in 1952. That's a very astute and a correct observation. As far as China, back in the 1950s, Cardinal Bea informed Alberto Rivera, teaching him in Rome as a young Jesuit acolyte, that the Catholic Church controlled China from right there in Rome. And now we're seeing that after decades of masking, that there's a final union between the state church and the Communist Party.
Well, I used to read that and hear that and think it was crazy 20 years ago, and now, undoubtedly, the Roman Church is 100% at the top, globalist run now, and is antithetical to any Christian belief system whatsoever. I mean, the Pope has put out public statements saying Communist China is the example for us all. Now, if that doesn't tell you we got issues, I mean, they sell political dissidents organs. It's hell on earth. Anything else, sir?
Yes, Alex, I absolutely agree with that. The book of Revelation talks about the beast and the false prophet, and now with this turnover and the Jesuit Pope taking over, there are actually two popes, which could fulfill that prophecy about the beast and the false prophet. If we look in the book of Revelation, it really talks a lot about the mother of harlots as the Roman Church, and this is why cults spin off from places where Romanism is very strong. Like in the banana republics in Costa Rica, I have preached in Costa Rica myself, and what I found was secularism is very strong. Secularism also, which is kind of the religion of Europe at this point, is a harlot daughter of the Catholic Church, and it's something that they've done intentionally.
Oh, there's no doubt that leftists took over the Catholic Church, and I'm not saying it didn't have problems before, and now completely run it. But the Methodist Church, all of it, I've been to some of these churches, and it's like take money up for Bill and Melinda Gates, and I mean, it's just like what? And they're taking the crosses out of the churches. It's crazy. It's very, very sad, Sam. But this Pope is completely uncloaked. I mean, I'm surprised he doesn't pull his skin off and he's got horns and a tail. I mean, he might say Satanism is the greatest form of Christianity, because when you say that communist China is the ultimate form of Christianity, that is insane. Thank you for calling, Sam. Let's talk to Victor in Florida. Victor, you're calling. Go ahead.
Yes. Hi, Alex. All right, so first I want to start off by mentioning two things before I go into the main thing here. First, I just want to mention, if people just go and try the products, they will be ordering all the time. I've ordered several of the products over and over because it's amazing. In particular, Silver Bullet, as soon as I start to feel like I get a little sick, maybe like a little, throat, I feel like a raspiness in my throat, I drop some Silver Bullet, and it's like I'll still feel a little sick, but it won't last as long. I've ordered X2, B12, DNA Force, BioTrue Selenium, Anthroplex, Living Defense, Super Male Vitality, Biome Defense, Floralife, Michael ZX, and the Z-Shield. I mean, everything from the toothpaste and the mouthwash. I've ordered water filters, the storable food. Thank God I haven't had to use it yet. The shirts, which is kind of funny. You get some good reactions and some nasty faces sometimes from some libtards. And I just ordered the body, the Alpha Power, and the pollen block.
Well, let me just say something, Victor. It's people like you that then fund the whole operation, because a very small percentage of people buy products, and a very small percentage of them buy a lot of the products. So thank you. But yes, we set out to whatever the very best in the industry is, get it, private label it, or redevelop it, and discount it. And so that's what we do. So thank you so much. We want this stuff to really work well for people, obviously, so they keep buying it again. But when you mention the Silver Bullet Colloidal Silver, it's got thousands of reviews, a 98% review. It is our highest reviewed product because it is from the top lab in the country, discounted, high-quality colloidal silver. And it's not a silver bullet, but it's the closest thing you're going to find to a silver bullet. So God bless you. Now, we're going to have to go to break because you want to do your plug. So stay there. I'm going to come back to Victor after the break, I promise. And we're going to go to everybody else, Lloyd and CJ and everybody else. But since you mentioned that, I might as well plug briefly. We've got the Body's Ultimate Turmeric Formula that has some of the strongest concentrated turmeric on the market out there. It's got a 97% or 95% curcuminoid rating. Other leading brands have a 3%. So they'll have 400 milligrams of it, but it'll be 3%. Ours is 95% curcumin So it's amazing, ladies and gentlemen. Infowarsstore.com is 50% off, but that special's about to end. Stay with us.
Fuel your body with Carnivore, the new digestive enzyme product by Infowars Life. Digestive enzymes assist in the digestion process and increase the bioavailability of nutrients by breaking down foods into easily absorbable components. They also help prevent discomfort from indigestion caused by fermentation of undigested food particles in the gut. Digestive enzyme production declines as we age. Carnivore is filled with digestive enzymes like those naturally present in the body. Enjoy the full potential of protein-rich foods again. You can eat protein-heavy foods now while minimizing the later indigestion and discomfort commonly associated with high-meat diets. Just one pill with every high-protein meal helps increase the bioavailability and absorption of amino acids, the building blocks to your muscles. Carnivore also contains digestive enzymes to help digest fats and carbohydrates so you can fully digest all types of meals. Don't let a meal go to waste. Use Carnivore by Infowars Life. Head to InfowarsLife.com and secure your bottle now. That's InfowarsLife.com.
Janice Atkinson is a member of Parliament for the European Union, which, again, it's an unelected body that runs it, but then they have a ceremonial parliament that's elected from the nation states, and it's become not ceremonial. It is now basically breaking it up. And what is the EU doing to counter-strike against this awakening?
I'm independent now. I'm sitting with the group that is the future for the European Parliament and also for Europe as a whole. People like Marine Le Pen, Geert Wilders. Marine Le Pen came second to Macron. She's the official opposition to the presidency. In France at the moment, we've got Geert Wilders, who is the official opposition. And people in my party, in the grouping in the Parliament, have also just formed the government for Austria. And next year, we might even see the Lega Nord form a coalition with Silvio Berlusconi, Forza for Italia. So that's the way it's going. Now, the populists are winning. They're trying to shut us down. It's not happening. They tried to censure us in the Parliament. I called somebody a lunatic the other day because actually she's a Liberal and she's the last remaining Liberal Democrat from the UK. I said she's quite mad, and I was censured because of that. You get this beep that comes up, and we're censored for calling people what they are, basically. But what binds us all is that we have this visceral dislike of the EU. When I left UKIP and I decided to join Marine Le Pen and Geert Wilders and other people like Matteo Salvini, who could be the next Prime Minister of Italy in March of this year, we formed a small grouping, and we are known as the populists. They used to call us racist and xenophobe, just like they called Trump all those things as well, and UKIP actually. And we're a grand coalition of 9 nations. We were with the Alternative for Deutschland in Germany. We think they've gone slightly far right. So the leader of that party, who was the former leader of the AfD, who is Frauke Petry, and her husband Marcus Pressler, have launched their own party now called the Blue Party, and we sit with them. We also sit with a couple of Czech people who have now gone to the polls in the Czech Republic, and they've got 22 members of parliament. They are now in negotiation to form the government. The government's already got a right-wing government, and people from the Freedom Party of the Czech Republic are now talking about forming a government. Just a few weeks ago, our people, the Freedom Party for Austria, have just formed the government along with the right-wing Conservatives, and they are. So what's happening, Alex, is that it's our people that are winning. That the Social Democrats, the left, liberal left of Europe, is absolutely collapsing.
You're listening to The Alex Jones Show.
Are in trouble everywhere. Coming up after this call, and I'll go back to your calls after I cover it. Trump channels Rand Paul during military meetings. They've released some transcripts of what he's saying, and it's absolutely dead on. So I'm going to read some of those transcripts coming up here in a moment, and then tie that into this. And again, I just go over the facts. Never been to Russia, not a Russophile. I know the globalists put the Marxist in there and put the whole Leninistic system in there in 1917, just like they're trying to do here. Very same globalist grandchildren today are doing this to us. Dutch foreign minister resigns after admitting lie about Putin meeting. He's been caught. They can timestamp and prove that he never met with Putin and made it up that Putin said he wanted a greater Russia. So, there you go. They even had people in Georgia try to remerge with Russia, and they're like, no, thanks, we don't want that. So, it's just crazy. That's right, Dutch foreign minister resigns for lying about Putin meeting. This is what they're supposed to do, because they're all globalists selling their countries out. Russia's not selling Russia out. That's why the globalists hate him, and it's the same thing. Trump doesn't want to do that, but he's surrounded by people that won't carry out his directives. We're talking about that in a moment, but finishing up here with an interesting caller. Victor in Florida. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, so I just also want to mention to you, I know that you guys are going to
that can run live shows. It's about 4 or 5 people run a show. We got like 7 or 8 right now because we're training everybody on my show. But we've got the new crews, and then another wave of crews are going to come in after that. But within 3 or 4 months, we're going to be ready. And I totally agree. A lot of people want, to have us, at least up till midnight every night. And I like Coast to Coast. We wouldn't be competition against them. They have like 60% of the stations at night. We're not trying to go into that market. That's not what we're targeting. I go on Georgia's show all the time. It's just that I just don't see that we can break into a market. They totally dominate, basically midnight to 4 a.m. So that's not really our target area. We might go to 1 a.m. and then come back at 6. I just think that kind of 1 to 6, that 5 hours is an area that we're not going to do. But we may just have kind of somebody that picks the best things of the day kind of for those hours. There's that. But you're absolutely right. Up until midnight or 1 o'clock Central, 11 o'clock, Pacific, we really need to do that. And you're absolutely right. Here's the issue, and I'm having a meeting about this today with our reporters, and they're all great people. We get sent classified stuff all the time. And when I get sent classified stuff, I got to double check it's classified. That takes some work. Okay. Then I have to decide, is this illegal, what people are doing? And if it is illegal, I have to then call the FBI, which, we do quite often. And I'll contact the person that sends me the info and say, I've got to go to the FBI with this. Is that what you want, or are you going to contact them? A lot of times they go, I'll contact them. We're running a real news organization here. So what's killing me is actually trying to drink the Great Lake of information with a little pixie straw. That's what's frustrating. That's what's hard. That's what really makes me want to pull my hair out, because we can't, let me tell you, you can have 1,000 analysts trying to get the intel we've got and doing what's doing it. I've had a lot of stuff go on. I'll sleep with that. Just the last week, where it's like a James Bond movie, but it's not fun. And it's because they know the military's listening. And the globalists are obsessed with the show because they know their own people are listening. The general public kind of tunes in and goes, is this real? Is this not? The establishment tunes in. And the White House listens to a lot of the stuff. And my problem is, I have reporters come to me and they go, look, we got this guy inside this organization. He says this, and that. And he's sending us this. And I look at it